Hi there, my name is Tanner Louie, and I decided to do my environmental scan and to create a collection for Iowa State's English department. So this isn't really your typical English department collection that you might expect. There aren't any really British or American lit anthologies or anything, but rather I take a narrow focus on the unique interdisciplinary areas that the English department works with. So these are environment and nature and how that relates to writing, communication, speech and rhetoric, and linguistics. About my population, Iowa State is a major international teaching and research public university that has a pretty large enrollment, and as makes sense with Iowa probably, there's a heavy influence especially on agriculture, but also on veterinary medicine and as well as the life sciences and human sciences. The English department specifically had 279 total students as of fall 2016, and 23% of these students are from diverse ethnic and racial backgrounds, and Hispanics make up the largest of those groups. Unique features of the department are that it is a service department for the WOVE composition classes, and these are the written, oral, and verbal communication classes that all students have to take. There's an MFA in creative writing in the environment, and they also have a wilderness symposium where creative writers who write about the nature and the environment come to speak to students. And they also have, the department also has its own farm and nature preserve where students can do internships and field work. So this is a breakdown of my overall collection. As you can see, the environmental pieces have the largest chunk, but then I think there's also a nice balance between the rhetoric pieces, the communication and speech, and the linguistics. The core pieces are just an MLA handbook and the Chicago Manual of Style, and then the minority pieces, I focus a little more heavily on the Latino since that is the biggest group, and so they just have a couple more pieces than other groups. And then I have the Wishlist materials, so there's just 3 of those, and they're really mainly based on price, so these are just things that are just a bit more expensive and not really top priority. But my favorite is the Voices of the UK Accents and Dialects. That is my only multimedia piece, but it is really cool, but also expensive. And then pieces, my favorite pieces from the collection, so there's the Writing Wild, and it takes a more creative writing approach to nature writing. The Different Shades of Green talks about contemporary authors in African literature when talking about a more scientific topic, and the Troubling Nationhood in U.S. Latino literature. So that one has the Latino element, and then it also talks about this, exploration of place and belonging, which is a really big theme in the program in general. But that is an overview of my collection, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.